So let's do that and get back to the sharing. So welcome to this town hall today, June 9. We should have had it last week, but anyway, there was a lot of things happening in SuperOne. We have to attend to the business. It's the priority number one. Now we are today gonna explain a lot of details of SuperOne, so you have to stay tuned. This will be recorded. This keynote will be distributed in PDF. It will be distributed in video. It will be also coming all the different presentations. There are a lot of things we are not covering here, but there are a lot of new things. So we focus on the new and more overarching strategies. So let's get started. First of all, let's see the problem that we are solving. Now we are refocusing SuperOne because the digital monetization that the football clubs have in the world is lousy. Back in 2000, they had merchandises like t-shirts and all this kind of stuff, no digital. Today, they still have the t-shirt 25 years later, and they only have 1 to 2% digital revenue. Most of them are closer to 1% than 2%. There are very, very few. In comparison, the NFL in the US has about 5%. There is a huge untapped opportunity among football clubs. And this is across the board, whether it's the biggest one or smaller ones, it's Premier League, it's El Clasico, it's everywhere. So you can't imagine how crazy this is. So they live in a kind of social media illusion. They have all these fans. When you look on them, like Real Madrid, 600 million, Barcelona or Barca, 350, Manchester United, 200-300. All of them have massive, passionate audiences. They cannot monetize this because it's the platforms that make the profit. It's the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, you name it. They make the revenue. It's not the football clubs. It's a really, really huge problem. And sponsorships are also now ignored and swiped away. So it's dead. And they're losing out on some serious big market that we operate. We operate in the mobile gaming and mobile advertising market. It's two of the really, really large markets in the world. Digital business, that's global. The mobile gaming is at $160 billion and 3 billion people play games on mobile. Probably more, but at least 3 billion. These numbers can be a year old. You have a $660 billion mobile advertising market that is set to be $2 trillion in 5 years. The reason for this is all driven by mobile commerce. You probably see you buying more and more stuff using your mobile, and there is currently about north of $110 billion into advertising. So these huge markets, the football clubs with the big audiences, are seriously losing out on. Okay? So if you compare a game like Fortnite to some of the biggest clubs in the world, Fortnite has about 60 million daily active users and $3.5 billion in revenue. We don't know their net revenue because it's a private company, but we can assume they have probably $1 billion in net revenue. On the other hand, you have this physical oldies that have 1 billion fans. If you combine the three biggest clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, not to kind of differentiate any of them, they have 1 billion fans, and they make approximately $50 million combined from digital monetization. And that's crazy. That's really crazy. And while Fortnite is capitalizing on digital identity, the clubs are still selling t-shirts, selling tickets. Of course, that's part of the thing, but they're not monetized their fan base. So what we are doing, we are empowering the solution which is a fan engagement platform. That's how we position SuperOne, fan engagement platform. We are targeting the football audiences to start with, but we can well move into other sports, like you all know, NFL and NBA, cricket, all of them, also into entertainment. But we are focusing now on football because we see a huge market there. So we are changing the game. We are changing the way clubs can interact with their audiences. And of course, the way fans interact, more importantly, actually, how the fans interact with their clubs. Changing the game, we are game changers, and we are really turning the whole thing around. We will take revenue from the Zuckerberg and from the TikTok and the Chinese, and we're going to bring it to SuperOne, to you, to us all. That's what we're doing. So I want to start with telling you a story about a typical Barca fan. This is Carlos. He's gonna be with us for some slides now. We're gonna see how Carlos interact with our solution and how he invests emotionally for a deeper and deeper loyalty. So Carlos is like everybody else. He listens to music, he watches Netflix, he socializes, he drinks, he wears, he follows, in this case, Barcelona. We use that as a use case because it's the most iconic club out there. And they have, I think they have 350 million fans now. It's a little bit difficult. If you read the Deloitte Montes Football Money report, they are unable to reach more than 1%. They are only able to reach 1%, which is crazy for a club with 350 million. They can reach 3-4 million people. Nothing. So Carlos is crazy about his club Barcelona. He really want to fight for his club. He cannot do that anywhere today because his club don't have any game for it. There are no other clubs having it. There are no other companies having that. There are some fantasy football, but that's not the same. He cannot really fight against other people. He cannot fight other clubs. He cannot fight friends to that sense that we are providing. So first of all, we have the swipe game Battle Royale. That's what we have live today. You all been acquainted with it. We have it in a little bit different design than here. This design is now being implemented. We're going to get back to more of that. But from the outset, you can choose a club. And currently we have 2 clubs. Later this week, we have 25 clubs. So, and then you play, swipe yes or no, and you all know the game. We've been talking a lot about this. So, but what is more importantly here is the prices. We have over the past 3 months for March, April, and May operated with cash prices paid in real time. And this has been a tremendous success. We're going to cover that. But the game prices here is like go from $10 to $10,000. We are currently only paying at 25% as a test case. But the really bait for Carlos here is the 50,000 weekly prices. But not only that, it's also the fame to be on the club leaderboards that we are introducing shortly. That means that Carlos can both win money and he can get fame and recognition from his friends, family, and everybody. So that brings us to the next step. Now we have the leaderboards, we have the club games coming there. It brings us into the extension of that for how we're going to extend SuperOne in the months and years to come forward. We introduced the Battle World. You heard about it before. It's where fans can share their passion. It caters to clubs, stars, and brands, meaning the club community is the prevailing one. This is where Carlos can enter. He can meet other people. He can play against. He can play club games. He can fight his way for ranks, and he can build his Barca city. We're going to cover more of that now. We also have this version for stars. Here, example by Ronaldo. Imagine if you can fight Ronaldo. How many million people will do that every day and even pay a Ronaldo passport, a CR7 pass? I believe with 1 billion followers that he can have tens of millions of people doing that every day. It will be one of the biggest games on the earth. Brand community, here visualized with Nike. You can see Coca-Cola. You can see here. So this is the extension, and we're going to look a little bit into this now, because what we in SuperOne are creating for Carlos is an opportunity for him to become one of the architects of Basha's digital legacy. That means he will interact in the same way he do in Fortnite, in Minecraft, in Roblox. He will interact much closer with his football club. His passion, he will keep moving. He will be emotionally connected. He will rank up and will receive recognition. And the way he do that is that he is building a population. He is actually building his own little Barca city within the city. He called it Catalan 98 city by Carlos in Spain. So it's building the population. That's really important to understand that it's a very simple proposition here to start with, but it's very, very powerful. It's not only about money, it's about population. So how can Carlos build the biggest Barca city? Well, he has to use tools. He can, of course, play and do a lot of these things in the game, but he need also to collect cards. We have taken the old NFT cards and transformed them into player cards. So he needs to fill have an 11 players for every tier, meaning every bronze, silver, gold, all the way to diamond. And there is a lot of requirements for the composition of that. So the cards will now not only be issued to the top 100, but issued to any player in the world. And that's going to be so many cards, but so much business, because these cards, the players can buy, they can play to win some of them, but basically, mostly they need to buy them. And it's a one-time use. They buy them and they have them. There will not be an exchange where they can sell them. We're not going to go down that route. We're going to have people to buy and consume. When it comes to Tower, the fans can enter into Basha Tower and rank up. They can collect unique assets for the club. They can also fight other players. So there will be passes here. There will be a lot of virtual assets. We are creating a magnificent AI engine to create all these assets, to optimize and create fresh assets all the time. And lastly, but not least, the spaces. That's where Carlos can enter, and he can actually collect free assets sponsored by, an example, Nike. He can play Nike games about Nike's legacy back to the 70s, all their iconic footwear, all their iconic moments with athletes. So that's the way that's the way Carlos interact in the battle world. So what we want Carlos to become is what we label as a super fan. We want him emotionally invested and definitely all in. Because when he compete, win, boost, and rank, he will, first of all, spend a lot of time in the application, which means advertising revenue and usage, stickiness. And he will most likely start spending money. And that's beautiful. That's what we're here for. We are here to first and foremost engage and monetize fans. So by doing this together with the clubs, we are getting on a fast track to fans. So in example, these clubs, they have hundreds of millions of fans. Once they see how this platform really works, and we are in negotiations with 5 clubs at the moment, having more than 1 billion fans. I cannot name them because of NDAs, but we are in very, very close, not even negotiations, we are on contract stadium, meaning we are exchanging papers and terms and conditions. So this is really, really cool. This is filling a void that's never been seen before. So we are making, from the traditional economy, we are transforming fans, supporters, and consumers into founders, stakeholders, and creators, creating the new digital economy. And Carlos is a part of that economy. He's the creator of it. He is interacting with it. And that's the big world out there. The gaming market is huge. Selling t-shirts, there's a lot of copycats. So this is the way. We are a digital-only company. So we are actually building the digital economy of football. It doesn't exist. There is nada. It's not out there at all. That's what we are creating. And we are creating it together with some of the remarkable clubs in the world. We are creating it with you as the community members. And we are creating it with stars that will come on board and with brands that will come on board. Our mission or vision, whatever you want to call it, is to become the leading fan engagement platform for football and thereby really raise the bar. So we have started. You all been part of this journey. We have sent a lot of emails. We revealed a lot of numbers. Now we're going to look a little bit into what we have done. When you look at this 3 months, we have played a magnificent 2 million games. That's 30,000 games every day at the moment where we are now. It dropped a little bit, but you see it's still fantastic numbers. This is crazy numbers, actually. And even more when you look at the top players, the Carlos at our platform, top 20%, they play 60 games a day. 60 games a day, 400 games weekly per player, more than 60 games. That's crazy. And it's been growing since we started. It's just growing. And imagine what's going to happen when we release more and more of the platform and the goodie bags that's coming into this game. This is going to be even more crazy. So already now we have a lot of gameplay. It's actually to the account of 150,000 hours. You can imagine, I think that's like 7,000 football matches or something like that. So we have 2,700 hours of gameplay every day, even with the game we have in the pilot version in the old design. Imagine what's going to happen when this is released. It's going to go crazy. So we have 35 hours but among the top 20%. I refer to them because they are the one that we monetize. The rest is there, but now we're looking at the top 20%. We always do that. 35 hours weekly per player. That's a lot. That's 5 hours every day. 5 freaking hours. And if you take the top 80%, you are down to 1.5, 2 hours, which is still amazing. So daily, they spend 5 hours hanging around in the game. Even if that drops to half, we have world record. This is crazy. These numbers are raising eyebrows everywhere we go. We have this from our AI-driven dashboard. Everything is verifiable. It's crazy. So we don't have that many fans yet, but we have 13,000 unique active fans in this 3-month period. So we actually have that. and it's 6,500 monthly active users. That's always active. It's quite a lot because we spend zero money on marketing, zero at this point in time. So we have referred 30,000 new people. So that's 30 fans per referrer monthly, and you know why? Because they get a free battle pass, so they refer right, left, and center, and we let it happen just in front of our eyes on purpose. We're gonna tighten that as we move forward. Obviously, we cannot just give away money forever, so this is a temporary kind of boost, and we're gonna work much harder to get all the people on the platform to start playing much more. That we will do with much better game, much better product, much better things to do, which is coming. So here we have something really, really amazing already at this point in time. So what is this driven by? Of course, it's driven by the prices, and the virality is crazy. So we have paid more than 600,000 prices. A lot of small cash prices. It's $0.76 or $77 per price if you take the numbers here. $500,000 we're giving away the past 3 months. $500,000 is a lot of money, and we've done it to create the foundation. So why are we creating this foundation? Let's see. We have established a solid foundation with zero paid marketing. Imagine what's going to happen when we turn on the marketing. We just started a little bit with influencers in Catalonia for Barcelona, but we haven't really got started yet. The reason for this, we wanted to test the virality. The numbers are crazy. So when we can do estimates forward, we have great numbers to refer to, and nobody questioned this. Nobody questioned this. We've been in front of some of the biggest investors, biggest clubs, biggest marketing companies all over the world over the past months. Everybody's just jaw-dropping because this is something they haven't seen. We don't see any competition out there. And we are continuing. We are not stopping. We are moving forward. So the first out is a major mobile app upgrade. We are moving to 100% Unity. When we started this version we have now a couple of years ago, started really developing it. Our team was cross-functional, meaning that we had a native team working with a Unity team. So we actually had a hybrid app, which is a mix of native and Unity. Native is the language that you develop Swift for Apple, and Object-C or Java for Android. But Unity is the go-to language for 80% of the mobiles out there, and you have big games like Call of Duty, Clash Royale, Pokemon Go, and many more using Unity. There can be some features in Unity that's not so good as in native. That's why we actually choose the hybrid, and many big operators use a hybrid, but now we've chosen to go all Unity because it's much faster frameworks to develop. We can get the sunshine, the snow, the explosion, the whole tower concept with the city and everything. We can go much faster with that. So we don't need to spend so much time and money. So it becomes faster, a better, quicker development. So there are some nuances, but we're moving to Unity, and the Unity team is a new team outside the current team. They've been working for like 3 months. They will be finished this month, and we're gonna apply also the new design. When I say today and tomorrow, we don't set a timeline, but we have a timeline, of course, internally, but we don't want to communicate that. Development is development. New clubs, new questions, new languages, crazy development. Over the past year, we have invested heavily in AI. So we have an AI content generator. Now we are we are really fast on creating questions. So we done a cooperation with Keywords International, which is the world's leading translation agency for games. They translate everything, AI, sport, all of them. So we have chosen 22 languages to cover now because that covers 90% of the world population. So all our questions are based on templates we have in our system, our AI-driven system. We are able to merge templates languages at a speed you've never seen before. So we have this AI engine. It's really fast and efficient. So we have all the languages. We can extend that to 100 languages. It's not, first of all, not a large job, a little bit more job, but not a large cost. And then we have the clubs. The only bottleneck we have on the clubs are the images. We are fixing that. We are working on AI detection in Imago's database, and we will shortly have a solution for that. But currently, we are doing 25 clubs. It will come this week. We are focusing England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Turkey. There will probably be some clubs that you're missing. That's our selection because we started this work with images a long time ago. This is crazy. I'm going to show you something now about AI production. This is how a video from our AI production. We did a test. Here we are testing Barcelona, 1,000 questions. And we are pushing, let me see here. We are pushing it and we are generating questions from AI engine. We do exactly 1,000 questions of different difficulty generated in real time. And we did it in 15 seconds. Imagine the capacity we will have on this. It's unlimited. So we are able now to grab much yesterday, today, whatever, when it's finished, and we have the numbers are in the public databases. We are able to get those, get them into the game more or less in real time, at least with very, very little latency. So this is where we're heading. Complete AI operated content generation. And as I said, we still work on the imagery. We will find a solution to that. We have a solution. We have some of the best guys doing it. We employed a guy 2 months ago. He comes from a senior AI engineer from Google and also Amazon. So he works with us to fix these things now. And we have 4 people on the AI teams, not only him. So we are also creating marketing campaigns driven by AI solution. We are in generative excellence here. We are really exploring this field and we see a great benefit moving forward. So one thing is like we create juggling competition where we capture the motions. I'm going to show you little videos how we do it. This is all how we map out the body. We find the ball, we map the legs, we map the arms, the head, and we are able to count the juggles. Imagine, this is the most popular activity among football players, football fans, a lot of people doing this. Imagine this as the next ice bucket going around. How much can you juggle? Where can you juggle? Can you juggle on a train? Can you juggle on the roof of a car? Can you juggle in good places, dangerous places, underwater? Crazy what can be taken here. This is one marketing concept we are now proofing. We created this, is already working in how should I say, beta mode. We're moving towards this. And there are more things we work on. Find your lookalike. We are very close on the lookalike thing. It comes in the same way we do looking for question pictures or picture to the questions. In example, when we get, if we search from a game, let's say whatever, Last El Clásico, we will have 10, 20, 30 images of the same situation. So we are using AI to circle in on the best image where you see the face where you do things. And basically, we are able to retrieve that from our image supplier, meaning we will spend much less time, and we will be able to go more or less automatically. At the same time, that technology will be used for marketing. Who looks like whoever? How many percentage do you look like Messi? This is really cool and coming, and we are following up on the roar. Really want people, whether it will be written or be roar, will be voice recognition, who has the best voice, who has the loudest voice. There's a lot of cool things to do here. That's how we work with AI. That blends into or leads into fan-centric campaigns. So we are able to automatically create these campaigns in a way that fans become storytellers and really amplify the story. There are so many things we can do. It's roaring, can be a lot of different things, goals, commentary. There's just actually no limit to what we can do. So this is where we are focusing on optimization of the marketing and optimization, because it's about being visible in today's media landscape. You need to have unique things. You can't just push. You need to pull the users or the fans into action, because when you pull them into action, you get loyal fans that is emotionally connected to the product and emotionally connected. This can also be a good scouting. And when we work with the clubs now, we are in the contracts, we will have time with the famous players. Basically, we will also have them on social media. So in example, imagine a hypothetical thing that you are kind of sending a story to Barcelona and Yamal is commenting you, the new star in Barcelona. It's crazy. Or in Real Madrid, you get from the old one, Ronaldo, now in Saudi. It's crazy how this will pan out. So this next level marketing will spark. It's sparking virality, not vitality. Sorry, both of it actually. Bold, fresh, and crowd pulling. Really cool stuff coming from us. So let's see how we will monetize this. We smell profits. We are here for business. You are here for business. We are here to make money together. So that's why we definitely looking at how the fan expansion and the virality will really turn in. As I showed you, we have the top 20% bringing in 30 people in a month. The average on the platform is like around 5, 6. That's for total platform. If we calculate with 2, virality of 2, meaning every new player brings in 2 every month, we can start with only 100,000 active people, not sleeping people, active people. During the first month, they will become 300,000. Next month, they will become 600, 1.8, and then they become crossed. After 3 months, they're crossing 3 million. And this just keeps moving all the way to 10 million after 6 months, 9 months, 30 million. And after a year, it's actually 100 million. But we will never be able to monetize the full 100 million. So we calculate, to be very prudent, to be very modest, we calculate that we can monetize 10% of that. So when we have 100 million, we are able to monetize 10%, 10 million, okay? How are we going to get this moving is, of course, we have now coming 25 clubs. We have marketing partners. We're going to expand to the top 100 clubs, get more fans activated, get club partners. Like I said, we are in close negotiations with a bunch of clubs having more than 1 billion fans. We're gonna open up as we move on club games, star games that will really spark it. I believe personally we can maybe do much more than this, but this is a very moderate budget. We're gonna work with brand games, and we're gonna aim in on World Cup in 1 year. So we're gonna really position ourselves. And remember, we haven't only calculated 2 here, but after 3 months, we actually multiplied it with 0.5. We take 50% of the growth because you will have crossover, you will have difference. So that's the probability for this happening. You don't know that many people, so you can't keep going forever. But this is a virality machine that can easily go to 1 billion users. I mean, you don't refer many people to Facebook today, but you maybe did if you joined Facebook in 2005-6, when it really came to Europe. Then you actually referred a lot of people and said, hey, come on Facebook. So this is the reality where we are. So when you look at the monetization opportunity here, this is crazy numbers, because when you look at the battle passes we are selling, we have about 10% monetization now. If we, for a club purpose, say you get a battle pass to a club for $1 a week, that's $50 a year. And you buy game assets for $1 a week. Remember, we're only talking about the top 10% of the players, not everyone. Only top 10%, same as we have today. And we sell a battle pass every day. And then you look at the data, because data is the new oil. We see that the players play in average now, looking at the top 80%, 5,000 games a year. We can monetize, they have 8 impressions in the game at the moment. We can monetize half of it. And we can do it at a lousy CPM rate of 5. That add another $100. So the upside RPU, we calculate at $200 a year per user. However, we are new. We probably need to give some good discounts and everything. So we looking at, we say 50% should be easily achievable. That's $100 a year per monetized user. This is applicable to monetized users only applicable to the top 10%. If you look on what happened in the digital world, you have some of the best ones out there is Facebook, of course. Their Instagram is at $134. TikTok, which has a lot of young audience, a lot of different audience, has $78. Fortnite has $117. We compare ourselves a lot with Fortnite. Fortnite had higher before. So there is a huge opportunity to make money for every user. When we look into this, we are actually creating a whole new era of digital profit for the clubs. Not only the clubs, but this is a club example. So you will see how we provide a solution to the clubs, because that's how we're probably going to grow fastest, is using the clubs as a catalyst. So if you see all the way to the $100 million they can earn, but let's be modest. We had 10% monetized fans. So at 3 million fans, we monetize only 300,000, and we have a gross RPU of 100. So we earn 30 million of those 300,000 in a year. And we have a fixed cost of 80%. That include you. So the net revenue to share with the club is 6 million. The club will make $3 million. And if you remember, the top 3 clubs share $50 million. That's 16 million each. So that's a 20% bump, only on 3 million for each club. If you move to 10 million, we are actually somewhere between 10-20 million per club. Now we're looking at clubs with hundreds and hundreds of millions of fans. We are actually doubling down on their annual digital gaming and digital revenue. So that's the main business case we are playing. We are able to really do things. And if you look on a club like, in example, Barcelona, they have 120 million in their total licensing and merchandising revenue, meaning t-shirts, everything, licensing, chocolate, wine, whatever they put their name on. And we are able to actually double down on that with 100 million fans. But that's a long way there. But this is really cool, and this is the nut in nutshell what we are solving for the clubs, because they're all in dire straits for money. They all want money. Of course, everybody wants money, but they really have some heavy salaries on their athletes, and they can be very good at the field, but they're really bad at monetization. There are not that many clubs in the world that really make money. So this is a kind of very frequent situation. It can be very applicable for small, medium, big clubs everywhere. Imagine stars. I spoke about Ronaldo. Imagine if he gets 10 million. That's 1% of his 1 billion fans hanging around. He will get $10 million. It's not so much for Ronaldo, but I think he will get much more monetization. So, with the biggest tribes, football clubs will really lead on. We mean that when you look compare with Fortnite with $117, have a gross revenue of $3.5 billion, probably $1 billion in surplus. People built their world and they own it. On the football clubs, they load their world but can't touch it because it's not there yet. We're gonna build it for them. So with 10 million monetized fans at the RPU of 100, there's a revenue share of 100 million to pick up for the club or clubs that join this. This will just grow. So we will become the leading fan engagement and monetization platform for football clubs. We're going to expand to American football, basket, cricket. So we can imagine it's limitless what we can do. So let's look if this kind of growth is possible. The answer is definitely yes, it happened before. When you look on the gaming side, and why this is so interesting is, first of all, it's verified auditable figures coming from a listing process of not Activision, but King, when it was acquired by Activision. So Candy Crush is a famous game. They at the peak, they had more than 500 million users. They still have nearly 300 million. And now we're looking 12 years after release. And they made a lot of money in this. They sparked it up to, and this is a little bit 10 years ago, up to more than $2.5 billion or something in that range. So what was the main catalyst that made it happen? That was marketing campaigns. Really heavy marketing campaigns. They were first to do TV, and they really made it happen. So that's really, really interesting to see. When you look at Facebook, which is a different play, more years, this was quarterly. So all in Candy Crush here happened in 3 years. On Facebook, you're looking at a much longer because it's been growing. This is 11, 12 years showcase, but it shows the extreme growth in advertising revenue. Facebook is 99.9% advertising revenue. Have 3 billion fans. And this has also been, they've been along with the development in mobiles. So that's why it's taken a little bit more time. Facebook has 90% of their revenue coming from mobile advertising today. Tells a very good story. So hypergrowth is possible. If we manage, remains to see. We will do everything to get into it. So what's in it for you or me? If I were you listening to me, I was wondering, what's in it for me? What's on the table? So today we are taking a new step. We are introducing the world community. We do let me explain this. This is a community with a purpose. And we called it world because it covers the whole world. And it also marks a little bit the separation from the game. We want to separate it for several reasons. We're going to have SuperOne game, SuperOne world, living alongside. No changes to the financial interaction, but there will be some legal changes. I will cover that later. A community with a purpose. Wow. And that's to changing the world, changing the way business is done, changing the way profit is distributed. We already been on this voyage for several years with you, and we're going to continue doing so. We have strong belief in the power of the community. And when it comes to the token listing, that's even more important. So our community has a vision for 2030 to become 1 million members, premium stakeholders like you. Premium stakeholders, meaning you have invested something here, purchased something, actively participate in a community. So we have a little bit to go there, but we also have 5 years. So we're going to probably reach this much earlier with the success of the game. We are building this on back of a game that it has amazing numbers and performing well. And now we're going to take it a little bit further. So how do you participate? This is just an overview so you understand. You buy these loot boxes. We're going to continue having the loot boxes. They will give you access to rewards from tokenized assets and connections. So we're going to continue with this, and we're not changing that. We're changing a little bit in the content as we move forward, but for now, we are leaving the loot boxes alone. What is new is that world create and sell while fans buy and use. As you remember from earlier in the presentation, in the game, we will not in the app stores have any tokenized assets. And when we speak to, we are advised by some of the biggest and best law firms in the world when it comes to both the game itself and banking, corporate finance, as well as the Web3 or the blockchain part. We have some of the top. That's why things takes time, because we need to spend a lot of time on this, because this needs to be done right now, because we are going for a listing and we need to do this right. We need to withstand the EU MiCA regulation, so we are compliant with that. So we come up with a slightly different model where the game consumes the assets, cards, towers, spaces, including Super, but it's not shown here. Super is the fuel for all of this. And this Web2, as we call it, they pay to the world assets, to the cards, to the tower, to the spaces. They pay money. So you're sitting, you are holding a machine that is printing the cards, in example of Yamal, or the Basha Tower Pass, or the Nike Space Access. You're printing it, and you're getting money for it. It will be, of course, a staking solution in its complex way, but that's for us to handle. And we are dealing with on a very high level in the world on this now. So it's very easy to understand that you own actually the production engine, while the gamers, they just buy from you. It's not only you they buy from, but if there is like 1,000 tokens or 1,000 cards in a category, you split it into 1,000 in microtransaction. But imagine the volume we are looking at there. Hundreds of millions of cards, tower, and spaces will be consumed, probably into billions. It's crazy. There is no limitation for this. So you will own, or you already own, and we're gonna issue much more, but not the circulation of the existing one, but new one. You'll be able to buy into these assets, and you need to there need to be some risk taking for you, because the regulation, to avoid being a security both for Super and for the cards, tower, and the thing we have, we need to require a little bit from you. We are not finalized that yet, but that will come. There will be some requirements. There will definitely be KYC, AML. There will be some activity requirement, and you probably need to rent, let's say $1 a day or something for a node server. You need to stake your thing in a proper way because we need you to take risk. That's not because we want that money. It's because the legal says that you need to take some risk. It doesn't need to be big risk. It's very small and they're going to mitigate the risk, but we need to do it for real. It has to be real. You have to be, yeah. So this is very, very complex. We are supported by, like I said, some of the top legal entities in the world working with this. And that's also why things takes a little bit time, because when you get to the exchanges, they need you to be MiCA compliant in Europe. Meaning you cannot run around. I mean, if you're looking beyond a lot of offshore exchanges in Middle East exchanges and people who don't care. We are not doing that. We are looking for the exchanges in European Union, particularly. We are looking everywhere because when money comes from this activity, and money will not come through the App Store. It will come through crypto and exchanges and providers. That money has to be verified as compliant with European regulation, with MiFID, with the banking regulation. If not, we are unbanked. We are not able to bank. You can imagine not having a bank account. That will not work. So again, we are advised by very, very proficient law firms on these things. That's why we are splitting technically the world assets from the game assets. The game assets will be purchased in the App Store. They have no block. They have a blockchain backend, but not the players will not collect like NFTs like you do. So that's a whole new thing, and it's an innovation from us. And the legal firm is actually saying this is a beautiful way. There will be probably some modification or clarifications here, but this is the broad model we are doing, and we are running with this now. So listing, we spoke about it, is driven by fan growth. We really want to repeat this. We cannot say it enough. We really want to list as soon as possible. And we foresee a tremendous uptake for the token. And basically, we wanna peg it to the development of the game, because if we are able to do this, or follow this roadmap we have in front, this is actually a roadmap to listing. We will be able to list within 6 months, probably before. So then we are hitting the bull market that's coming in September, October, November, anticipated. A lot of ETFs will be released at that point in time. A lot of liquidity, a lot of things happening. Probably a lot of the turmoil from the US president has kind of calmed down. So we are now into a situation where we're still doing the pre-sale. We're doing listing preparation. We signed up Plattform, one of the best platforms in the world for this. And it's very, very secure and has a lot of features. We signed up AML KYC. We signed up Market Maker. We are now in meetings to discuss even further with different capacities. It goes to influencers, marketing, a lot of different stuff. So we anticipate to announce the listing in 3 months and start listing marketing, dedicated listing marketing. During that 3 months, we have a lot of work to do. Not only we as a company, but the community, because the community is crucial for listing. When we are asked how many we have in the community, it's embarrassing. So we have a huge community, but not on the official accounts. So we need to find ways how you are on the Discord or Telegram, and how you push the listing, how you share things, how we give you the opportunity to do so. So basically, if we are successful together here, we are able to list when we are around 10 million active fans playing the game. That is, as you see, then we are on a trajectory on a path to 100 million, and it's just before the real exponential mathematics kicks in. That means if we list at $1 at 10 million, probably the token will more than tenfold towards 100 million, because anticipation and expectation is always prevailing in the market. It's always coming much faster than the real results. So we can do a successful listing, because successful listing is not just to go from zero to hero and then go to the seller again. Successful listing means we're getting a decent price, like $1. We get deep liquidity. We get interest from serious market makers in the field. We get investors involved. We get the whole use case. And our use case is probably one out of many that has such a solid back-end operation, real world asset, real world business. We are not a meme coin. We're not going to be that. I can already tell you, we will change the name on the coin, but it's not going to change yet. Reason? There is a lot of stupid people that's created meme coins. They try to circumvent. They've done a lot with SuperOne. We're going to change a little bit of that. When we get to the listing, it's going to be different. It's going to be from a point of strength, from a professional marketing. And I forgot to tell you, we have no more than 60 people day-to-day working here. We have great marketing experts, CRM experts. We created systems for optimization. We have a lot. We are more than 90 people connected to the day-to-day operation. Of course, many of them are freelancers. So we've done a lot. But I don't want to publish the team chart, because there are so many people, contacting partners. We cannot do that. So we want to list from a point of strength. We are dealing with the right people, dealing with the exchanges. We are ready, but we want to have the underlying business to boom. Okay? So let's move forward. And don't ask me again about the listing, please. The market is so huge, and we actually created the left graph here a year ago, more than a year ago. We didn't know what happened in 24. We already surpassed it. And it's driven by mass adoption. Now it's been driven by electronic traded funds. Mass adoption comes more and more in. I mean, we pay microtransaction. We pay the game prices, 50,000 prices a week. We couldn't do that with bank. It will kill us. So there is also a huge and emergent crypto gaming market. It's not so relevant for us, but it's kind of part of the ecosystem. So this is driven by hype and belief. Imagine what happened when we have a real business coming in. The hype is good, but the belief is also there, because the underlying business is there. You can't argue that SuperOne is just a hype or a meme coin. It's a business with a real huge potential, and with a legally verified staking or model we use for bringing value from the Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Wow, this is crazy. It's really cool. So we have established a solid foundation, 60,000 world members today. It's time to expand. So we need fans fast. Or I can rephrase and say, you need fans fast. The faster we can fill the books, the faster we can grow the platform. We're going to do our work, but we need to get started now. So with the new Unity and the new design coming, more clubs coming, we need to do much more than we've done. We can't rely on, so from the outset, we relied on a lot of people doing marketing, but it doesn't really work that way. So there are 5 billion fans out there, 5 billion wallets. How many do you earn from? Some of you are better than others. There's a global potential here to the billions. Huge. And it all starts now. It starts with the virality we have. So if you get 1 fan, it becomes 100 fan over a year, and you can earn money from 10 of those. We're going to do a lot of more of these calculations for you, but we're going to show that now a little bit. So the thing is, we have to get our shit together and really get things moving and expand this into becoming the leading company in the space. So we will help you to accelerate. We are introducing today fans as a service, a fast track to fans. We've been into it a little bit with the player token, and we now started, we are discontinuing player token now. We already started allocating players to the player token. We are allocating them from marketing campaigns we do in Spain with influencers, and we're going to fill those books. So we don't want to do that anymore because that is like spreading around too much. So we did that. You got it for free in the packages. There's nothing to complain about. We will fill the books to 100 player token per player because every player will become 100 over a year. Can be good, can be bad players. We don't know. Or fans. So we have started filling that, and we will, as we always do in SuperOne, deliver on our promise. So to accelerate your fan growth, we are now today launching premium marketing campaigns where you actually can buy fans. We have our head of marketing, Anthony. He comes from Paddy Power, where he undersaw a growth from 3 people in the marketing department to 63 and into billions of pounds sterling at the stock listing. He has more than 20 years of digital marketing experience. He has dealt with all the Premier League clubs for decades. He's extremely proficient in what he's doing. He has a wide range of contacts, and we are using his skill sets to create marketing campaigns that will fire. So we are now introducing fans. We just call it fans, actually. It's a premium marketing service from the company where you are able to leverage all these great people we have. It's not only Anthony, it's Esther, comes from Microsoft and Facebook. We have Phil coming from a lot of in CRM and doing stuff. We have Garrett, works out together with me very closely on a lot of different marketing initiatives for the community, with background from American Express and all the leading companies. So we are pulling together a stellar team, also using external connections. So it's localized marketing campaigns targeted football campaigns. We're going to release these campaigns for Germany, Spain, and England in that order. We're starting with Germany. And Germany we have a lot of Germans on the call, I know. So 85 million with a fantastic GDP of 55K. They don't have oil like Norway, so they're only half of Norway, but they're still very, very good. We have decided to create 3 types of packages. One we call Pro. All these packages you can buy if you're a gold, platinum, or diamond member. So the Pro pack give you 50 fans. You pay $10 a fan, because at the end you will get 100 fans or $10 that you earn $10 from. So you do 10x on that package. That's estimate, of course. We can't guarantee, but we will deliver you 50 fans, and they will start virality. So those 50 fans all of a sudden become very quickly 60, 70, 80, 100 and above. Is growing. That's what we see on the platform. We have calculated here that they grow with 2 every month, same as we did with the others, and 50% reduction. In the very beginning, we can probably see much, much higher growth. So we cannot guarantee. Second package we named Mega, 275 pounds for $2,500. It gives you the fan not at $10 but at $9, so you get 11x on that package. And we have the Ultra, $10,000 for 1,200 fans. It gives you $8 a fan. So 10, 9, and 8. These packages will sell. We are launching. I will tell you that shortly. It's already developed. And these are opening now this week. And we're starting with Germany. When that package is filled, we will go to Spain and England and then back to Germany, because we want to spread among the 3 main football countries in the world. We are also looking into other territories, but we are specializing on this based on Anthony's experience, based on where the fan and the passion sits. Obviously, England is one of them. Spain is another one, and Germany is also there. So there are many other countries, but this is where we're starting. And you will probably see, if you get a fan in Germany, it will probably spread along to Switzerland, Austria, maybe Italy, and it will go around the world. But this is a way for us to do professional stuff for you. So you can purchase this in the back office. It's opening on Wednesday, and it's 250,000 cap on every campaign, because we will execute the campaign 1 week from sold out. So if we sell out on Wednesday, next week on Wednesday, we are starting. We are using the link rolling, so your links will be attached to how much you buy. So you will get delivered based on first in, first come, first serve, like we do with player token. The earlier you buy a marketing package, the earlier you allocated fans, the earlier you see the viral growth, and the earlier you will get a lot of players. And the good thing, these are all connected directly to you. So when you buy 50 fans, is connected directly to you. So you will earn 10% as we move forward for all their purchases. We're going to cover that a little bit more in following up sessions, because this is a long enough session as it is. So these are the campaigns. We calibrated them at 250 because we want them to be sizable, because we need to spend a great deal of this money, and we need to have a little bit bargaining power, because the more we buy, the cheaper it becomes. So 250K is what we should actually turn around every day. That's our goal, is to have a package sold every day, a campaign every day. And from that point, we will not reach 100,000, but we will reach millions of players very quickly. And we can look at 100 million as a comma. We can look at much more, several hundreds of millions, maybe even into, let me not mention the billion. So, and we pay rewards. We've always done that. We have 120 million transactions on the XRP ledger. It's amazing. Nobody really look into how we done what we paid. And we paid a lot. Many people made a lot of money. A lot of people complain because they don't earn money, because they don't do anything. And there is no such free lunch. We are focusing on the 10% who really want to work. We really adore the people who create the business for us. So we want you to succeed. So we are reintroducing the 100% matching for loot boxes and fan packages. No other reward changes for now. Everything remain. The system has been stable for more than 6 months. Last change was in November. It's actually more, nearly 8 months, 7, 8 months. We don't need to do any changes. It's working, pumping. There has been some commission on support and stuff. That's because of it comes back from November, basically. And if there are glitches, we fix it. So we want you to succeed. And basically, we will return the matching. So if you sell a loot box, whatever, sell a diamond loot box, you get a diamond loot box. If you sell ultra fan package, you get a fan package with the same priority. So this is cool. Really cool. This makes it well worth. This is how you can change your life. You don't need money to change your life. You need your skills to sell to change your life. Really cool. This is all taken into account. Checks and balances. Everything is tuned for this. So we want people to really champion here. So we are introducing champions. All the team volume sales starting from 1st of June, you already get a little bit, will become world champions. You will get access to promotion, discounts, priorities. A lot of different stuff will happen with you. But the top 10 champions that stays on the top 10, top 100 until we list. The top 100 that is really making this possible, really hardworking people, they will become VIPs for their lifetime. And when we negotiate now with the clubs, some of the agreement contain a lot of VIP tickets, even private booths, events, come and meet the players, travel with us, all of these things. We're gonna actually use a lot of these things to the community. There are limited number of players we're gonna bring here, because players will be all over the world, and they maybe have different financial resources. I mean, it's not so easy for everyone to come. We can't play flights around the world, so we take at least a good portion of this goodie bag we get from the clubs, and we will utilize that to make sure our best salespeople is invited, have lifetime experiences they can't buy for money, experiences that's only obtainable through performance in SuperOne and through our network of agreements. So that a lot of things gonna happen. I know I will now get the questions from the founders. You have already got trading priority, which we will maintain. But many of you are not really working in today. So this is to champion or to honor those who really pick up the stick and really get things done now. Because now we are in a crucial moment where we are able to create history and amazing profits for everyone. And it's paid in real time. So the top champions will also be the top earners, of course. So now we're going to have a little bit look into what's coming. I want to show you something we've been working on for about a year. It takes a long time, and we never talked about it. And it's going to be the last thing I speak about. And it's a video, and I hope it will show. It is all about a project I feel can become a jewel or a diamond within our portfolio. It will be part of the world. It's a country. It's a country that's going to host the World Championship in 2034. So we all know it's Saudi Arabia. We've been in and out of Saudi Arabia. I've been there 5 times this last 6 months. We are talking to officials, to companies, a lot of clubs, a lot of different stuff in there. And I'm really going to show you a video I really like. And it's a little bit about the potential for how football over the next decade will take place in Saudi Arabia. So let's have a look on that. Yeah, I forgot to say that the Champions Exclusive will get priority access to this project. There will be some very exclusive access to this. So that is coming this autumn. But have a look. Pretty cool. Was in Saudi Arabia 2 weeks ago. They're building 15 new stadiums, the same size of big European. So we are all inviting you to changing the game together. We cannot do this alone. We need a community. We will reward the community. The community will be very prosperous moving forward. You all have a lot of these different assets, whether it's the super token, but I will also focus on the cards, towers, spaces, and everything we do is to build a business that is sustainable and have a long perspective. And I would like to thank you. And as I always say, onwards and upwards, we never look back, we look forward and upwards. That's where we're heading. 1 billion fans, 1 million community members. That's what we aim for. We need your help to lift this off the ground. It is already half flying, but we really need this now to move fast. We will release much more documentation details as we move on. The fans will be available to purchase sometime Wednesday. I think we can announce that on tomorrow. The team I know has created it. They are just verification and some design alteration. That campaign, if it's fulfilled on Wednesday, Thursday, we will execute next week. And you will start getting fans connected, football-oriented hardcore fans. We are not aiming this as everyone. We are aiming it at football. We're doing a lot of different segmentation here. We cannot go into all details. We have also created analysis for every country, for every club we are targeting. We will start releasing that material. It takes a little bit of time to just digest. We done so much research. We worked with this for months. So I'm very happy we are at this moment, and I would like to thank you for your time today. I know there is a public holiday in Europe. And any questions will be directed to your leaders, which I meet separately. And we will not have a Q&A now. We have given a lot of information, and there are more information to come. There will be specific webinars set up with the marketing team where they will present the different results, different angles, and move through, take care of this. That will happen probably after a campaign or two. So we see exactly how this is panning out. I believe the fan allocation can be much more than what we anticipate. Obviously, the link circulation for every campaign is linked to that campaign and to those who participated. And that's where we are. So they will get, for any future sign up, they will get there. They get more than 50. That's just good. But we guarantee 50. We will push it to you have 50 at least. But we will continue push it. And maybe there can be a long tail here that the 50 become 100. We don't know. So why we need a week is because we are negotiating these prices in real time. So we need to be able to buy this in real time and to really push this and have the commitment ready, stage and everything. And the graphics and the links, everything is tested. We're using a very comprehensive system from AppFlyer. And yeah, I'm not going to go into all the tech, then I can be here for days. Thank you very much. Thank you for being part of this journey. I must say I am extremely confident where we are. And I will sort of say that I don't think SuperOne has been at a better stage or in a better position ever before. So this is really good. We see the contours of something really great. And we work extremely hard every day to make sure we come forward on our vision of becoming 1 billion members or 1 billion fans by 2030, 100 million within a year, and 1 million community people. great community people that is solidifying the business and creating it resistible, have a resilience and resistance against contours in the market. We are not dependent on a single investor or anything. We are handling everything internally with the community. And that's very good. We don't have second agendas. The only agenda is to make fans happy, make clubs happy, stars happy, brands happy, and make bags of money. Thank you very much. Have a continued great day. And I know I will see some of you a little bit later. Thank you very much.